All right, Teofimo, I kind of want to start with a quick story because I just mentioned that I met you in Las Vegas about 4 to 5 years ago. I want to say it was at a Lomachenko media workout with Top Rank, and Lee Samuels, a publicist there, pulled me aside and he said, "Hey, talk to Teofimo Lopez because he's gonna be a champion one day soon." And that day came very soon. And you're very confident when I talked to you, man. Like you were like outgoing, brash, very confident in your skills, and it's kind of cool to see you kind of put everything together and all your goals came to fruition. But have you kind of had a couple minutes to kind of just stop and think about what you've done as an undisputed champion?
It's life changing, but no, I think that there's so much more I still have to go and do. So I haven't really taken that moment to take a step back and realize what I've accomplished. It's not because I'm not proud of them. I'm proud of my achievements. I just don't settle for them. I did it. All right, what's next? And my whole thing is, if anything, I do enjoy it the day after my fight, or the night after my fight. That same night I'll enjoy it, probably stay up for like 2 3 days, and then when I go to sleep I know that's the end of it.
Well,
So those are the things that I'm pretty much more about.
you mentioned the following night, so let me ask you real quick about being undisputed champion, getting all those belts around your waist, and beating a guy like Lomachenko, who was regarded at the time as the best pound for pound fighter. What was that feeling like the next day when you woke up with all the belts?
Just another day, just another day afterwards, but seeing all the belts and everything, carrying those belts, man, it's life changing. Something I dreamt of as a little kid, doing what I did and doing the sport, that I love about 18, 19 years in. And that was one goal that I was really shooting for, and I was able to make it happen, and thanks to God, man. I thank God every day for it. I'm blessed because of it, and I never quit. So my whole thing, but the one that really did it for me was the Ring magazine, because it's the most prestigious, been in the game for the longest, and it's since 1922, with Jack Dempsey and so many other great champions that have carried that belt. So I know the history behind it. That was the one that really did it for me. And when I had it in my hands, that was the one that made me cry. You know, but I'm very appreciative and I'm very thankful to be where I'm at today. But I know that there's so much more I can do. I'm only 23 years young, and the whole goal now is just to see what else can I do. It's a takeover. And people thought this was a fluke or it was a lie, but we're still taking over, man. We ain't took over nothing yet. We're taking over still.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned the takeover 4 years ago, and you've been right about it ever since then. But Teofimo, let's go to the future now. I see the hat, the Triller hat. You got the Miami Vice shirt with your face on it. So you got a big fight coming up June 12th. First of all, are you pretty excited to work with Triller? Because I've seen the broadcast and they're pretty fresh, energetic. They had Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg doing concerts, Too Short, rappers and all that. For you, is it kind of fresh to be part of this broadcast?
Oh my goodness. Yes, it is. I'm very, very thankful. And just the amount of exposure and just being on here is a privilege. It really is. Triller Fight Club and Triller, they know exactly what they're doing, and the amount of entertainment that I'm actually going to be involved in with these guys, and with the amount of talent that they have here, it's phenomenal, and I can't believe it. Sometimes it's like, whoa, and but I'm ready for it. And with Meek Mill, we have Meek Mill going in, we have Faruko, we have Mike Towers, Lune. I mean, there's so many guys, and then special guests, and that I would love to say, sometimes, but those are going to be ones to watch. And it's just not just the sport of boxing, but it's also the industry coming in, and we're collabing together. I mean, people don't really get that sometimes, but hey, this the takeover, man, and it's the Triller takeover, and that's what it's all about, man. So they got the insights on what they want to do, and this is phenomenal. This is a blessing, and this is just one that everybody needs to tune in come June 19th.
Teofimo, I love that lineup you mentioned with the hip hop artists and the reggaeton, man. I need some of that Latino flavor on the broadcast, and you're going to provide that for us. So I really appreciate that on that point of view. But Teofimo, how about the whole part about you betting on yourself to take this big fight to a purse bid? You got a nice little payday, but at that time, did it feel like a big gamble, or were you very confident that this move, kind of maybe shifting away from Top Rank a little bit, was going to pay off for you?
I go with my instincts, and I go with you know, I go back into history when these guys used to win these certain the pedigree of everything, and that's what saves me, I guess. I'm crazy. We all got to be some type of crazy, man. So I'm crazy, man. I'll risk it every time for myself. I'll bet on myself, and I'll double down every time, And we did it with the Lomachenko. We did it with the whole purse bid, and they wanted to get me for the low after that. And it wasn't. It's not about the money. It's about the amount of respect. I'm all about that. I'm about the principle. I'm the undisputed lightweight world champion. Then treat him like the undisputed lightweight world champion. But hey, things happened, and at least Triller saw it. Now we're in the Triller Manila, and we're just doing our thing. So it's just that now, man. I'm giving them the flavor, I'm giving them the sauce, and I'm giving them the things that they want to see from a fighter standpoint. And the entertainment part is what we're gonna bring. I'm not just a boxer, I'm not a brawler, I'm not any of those things. I'm an entertainer when it's all said and done. And Triller right here was able to see it, man. So of course, this is what it's all about. It's all about bringing it to everybody and bringing the excitement for everyone. Everyone has been locked up in their homes and everything due to COVID. So now that we're able to have an open stadium and have it open for everybody, 30 to 37,000 people in attendance, and to see the amount of talent, it's going to be a concert on top of a show of boxing. It's going to be one to watch for everybody. And I don't understand how people are not excited like I am. Maybe because I'm in it and I'm in it to
Yeah.
win it, you know?
Teofimo, hopefully I'm not getting too far ahead of myself, but is everything okay with Top Rank after this fight? Is that going to be back
Yeah.
to kind of where it was, or is it kind of too soon to tell?
No, no, no. The whole thing, we're cordial, we're partners in some way right now at the moment, and it's all about just hey, ain't nothing personal. It's just business. And I think that we've come to that understanding. At least they have. I always knew that, and my whole thing is that this is just the fighters are the bosses, not the other way around. I could do this over and over again. I could make purse bids over and over again because I know what I bring to the table. But you have to show the work first. This is to all the young fighters and all the fighters. You can't just say no and expect a big check or whatever you expect. You have to put in the work first and then slowly progress yourself into becoming your own boss and becoming your own person and becoming your own leader and dictating the things that you really want to go out for that that you can do. So there's baby steps to it, and there's steps to all this, and I'm still making a name for myself. And that's why, thanks to Triller Fight Club, and for everybody tuning in, man, June 19th, if you guys can't be there at the Lone Depot Park, man, you guys could definitely you guys could order it on Fight TV on pay-per-view.
And Teofimo, you mentioned being a big crowd in the stadium fight. I'm curious now because I know you have an Honduras background, and I'm out here in Los Angeles. There's a lot of people from Honduras, where I live. How about in
Yeah.
Miami? It's gonna be a big crowd from Honduras there.
Oh,
You think?
oh yeah. Vamos a tener los hondureños, vamos a tener catrachos, cubanos, todos los Latinos. So that's the thing. Like that's what I'm all about. I'm excited about it, because we're gonna have that in Miami. I mean, there's like I said, the Cubans, the Hondurans, the Puerto Ricans. I mean, it's global right there. It's you have so many uh different countries in one right there in Miami. So it's phenomenal, just to come back and do this. And that's why we have the likes and talents of those guys that are performing, and little Haiti, because I know out there in South Florida it's little Haiti and everything. So um, June 19th is Juneteenth Day. And that right there is something huge for everybody and for myself to take in because it's Freedom Day. That's when we all were able to now finally collab together and all unite as one. And I'm very happy that to see that come June 19th on my fight and see everybody unite as one. All to see this entertainment, to see this young guy go out there and still make a name for himself, and that's Teofimo.
Teofimo, I gotta correct myself. I think when I started the interview, I said June 12th. It's June 19th. I'm getting too ahead of myself because it's such a big fight that I'm excited for. But correction, June 19th is a big fight. And I gotta ask you about the opponent now. I feel like I haven't asked you about that yet. Is it Australian? I don't want to butcher his name. George Kambosos. Hopefully I got it right. But I seen you guys in a couple press conferences. It gets kind of heated. Is there some kind of like tension there, or is it just kind of part of the business to kind of settle a fire, or do you I don't know? Do you want to knock this guy out? How do you feel going into this fight?
I'm angry, man. I'm angry. You know what I mean? It's nah, I don't the whole thing with me, I don't fake it till I make it. Now, my whole thing is I go out there and I take it. I go and that's why we call it a takeover. So, a lot of people thought that trying to sell a fight, build it up. No, man, I'm just I've been in the coop, I've been in a cage, and I've been in that and having people just hit me with their sticks and scratching me. And I have a lot of scars right now from so many people, so many haters, but so many people just in general pressing on me, thinking that that I'm here just temporary and I'm a joke. I just feel like in reality, it's just that they're scared. They're scared to see more of me. So, I've been 8 months out, and I'm looking forward to this fight more than ever because it's not even about George Kambosos Jr. It's just I can't knock out everybody, but I can knock out the guy in front of me and I can hurt him real bad and I can leave him in a stretcher, but I pray for him and I don't want nothing else other than that. You know what I mean? That's the thing. We in a fight game, it's the hurt business, but at the end of the day, he has a family of his own and he has his kids and he has his wife right now that's pregnant. So, at the end, hey, you're gonna get a big check, you're gonna get a good payday off of this fight. You're gonna take a beating, but at least you'll be able to go back to your family and everything. And I pray for my opponents every time, and because anything can happen in the sport of boxing. Anything. I mean, we've seen it happen numerous of times. So, I'm not trying to kill the guy, but I am trying to hurt him real bad. And but that's why, I'm not looking over George Kambosos Jr. I'm looking through him, and that's what the thing, man. And then we go on to the next one and the next one and the next one, line them up, put them in front of me and I'll beat them.
What do you expect from him as a fighter? Because he's not a big, well-known guy, but I'm guessing you watch the film and the tape. What do you kind of expect to see on June 19th?
Um, my thing with him, he's a hungry guy, man. He's there to make a name. Someone that has been in this position where, not in this particular position, but one, has dreamt of this position of being. He has a chance of becoming undisputed in the lightweight division. That's huge. All the marbles, everything, all in one. Just got to beat the guy in front of him. And that's the thing. So this is my toughest fight to date. Why? Because I know that. Look, man, I could be here today and we lose. Next thing you know, that's it. It's forgotten. So I know that. I keep that in my head. I keep that in the back of my head, man, always. Because I know at the end of the day, anything can happen in the sport, but that's why I work my ass off. I work my ass off for all these things, and I don't sleep on any guy down fighting. No matter if my skills are better than the guy, no matter if I just beat the number one pound for pound guy rated during that time, it does not matter. There's always going to be another guy that wants to take my throne, that wants to take my position, and wants to be in my place, in my shoes. But I could get my man my shoes. He won't be able to walk a mile because that is that hard. But I was built to be this way, and I was built to carry this. I have a lot of weight on my shoulders. I carry it with pride though, and not even with pride. I carry it with ownership, knowing damn well this is what was meant to be. God put me in this position, so whoever comes in front of me, I know that God ain't gonna hurt me. He's gonna make sure I go right there and go right through these guys.
Teofimo, you kind of set me up for my next question. Obviously, George is the next guy in line, but maybe in the future it could be Devin Haney. He's talking about the WBC belt that you're not undisputed. Like we all, see you as undisputed, but he has a piece of the belt, so he's saying that you got to go through him. What did you think about his last fight with Devin Haney, and do you see a fight like that happening in the near future for you?
Yeah, my thing is, all right. So you're saying all these things, so let's make fight happen. Sorry for my language.
You're
You
good.
know, let's make fight happen. You're saying this and you're saying that. This earlier this week, you were supposed to meet up with my promoter Bob Arum, and y'all pulled out so we can negotiate about this fight. Because Top Rank ain't getting no other big fight right now. They just had the Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor fight happen. There's no other big fight that they really can make happen right now at the moment. Crawford is on standby at the moment until they find somebody that really wants to fight him, and that's it, man. So if only people could really see the amount of fake these guys are. They just want to wait until they're mandatory of Joseph Diaz and Javier Fortuna right now, so that they could avoid Teofimo once again and carry that belt so tight. That's what they're doing. They just holding on to that belt for dear life because it ain't a real belt. It's something that he was delivered via email. You know what I mean? You ain't earning in the ring, but you're carrying that belt. I don't like explaining myself with this guy. He's a fool, man. He's a fraud. He's a fake, man. And I can't wait, man. I'll snatch his throat. Sorry, yo.
Got you fired up, man.
Yeah. It's just this, man. I got, my whole thing is I gotta stay focused, keep it right, man. Keep myself leveled, and know that, yo, I'm tight with everybody, man. I'm already angry, man. They building an animal out of me, and people don't even know, like they don't even understand, but they'll see June 19th what I'm all about and what I mean. And these guys, they could run, they could be, but they can't hide. and I'll make sure of it. I'm gonna find you, and when I find you, I'm stepping on your neck, and I'm choking you, because they all a bunch of they all freaking hyenas. That's what they are. They all come in packs and groups, and I walk by myself, and I'm calm, collective, and smooth with it. But I give you that energy always. That's that Brooklyn in me. That's why, man. That's that Brooklyn in me, man. People want to go out there and say what they want to say, but that's what it's all about, man. I'm fired up, and I can't wait. George Kambosos about to see it too, man. I can't wait to break his jaw. I can't wait for his face to beat up my hands. That's really what it come down to. So my whole thing is all these guys, put them in front of me. Boxing, man, these guys went soft. They all went soft, man, and it's crazy. It's crazy how soft these guys are, and I wish I could slap all of them, but I can't because I ain't getting paid to slap these guys. I'm getting paid to punch them. So you know what I mean? This is just who I am. I'm young. I'm 23, and I missed the way the game was before. The game went soft when Mayweather came out and just started protecting. No, the game went soft when that happened because they all want to be Money Mayweather, but they don't understand the real downside of it. You got to be pretty boy first. You got to make a name for yourself first, and then you could get those big dollars. Then you could be a 9-figure man. You know what I mean? I'm about to hit 8 million just off of this fight. I'm about to hit 10 million and more after that. You know, but I don't brag about it. I don't boast about it. I don't even show it. Nobody won't even know that I make that type of dollars because it's not about showing it off. It's about investing it and moving it in different areas. Because this shit right here, this boxing world, this right here is temporary. This ain't for the long run. And I've learned that. I've seen that. I've visualized that, and I've taken that all in from Mike Tyson and from Evander Holyfield and from all those guys that made big dollars and lost it all. How they lose it? Because they got carried away. They believed their own hype and they just got complacent. You know, and I ain't bashing nobody. I'm just saying it how it is, man. That's how I always been. I keep it real. I keep it factual. You know, and but I appreciate all of them because they all taught me one thing in life, and that is take care of yourself.
Yeah, no, Teofimo, one thing I wanted to say is like you're kind of providing a new, different blueprint because you mentioned it's kind of been different since Mayweather, sort of retired. He's coming back with the exhibition fights, but you know how to sell a fight, and I feel like a lot of fighters, need to do more of that. Be more talkative, and obviously, get the money the way you're kind of doing it in a different kind of way, and think creatively and think, forward. But Teofimo, like it just, it seems like you're trying something new, and I got you really fired up with the Devin Haney question. I have one more. I know you're busy. Hopefully, I'm not going to get too far ahead with this one, but is there any chance of a rematch with Vasily Lomachenko?
Nah, that ship has sailed, man, with Vasily Lomachenko. I beat him fair and square. I scored a 9-3. I don't know what that he's talking about with a draw and all that stuff, but that's because of his pride and because that ego comes in and he knows he lost. In reality, he knows he lost. We could do this over and over again, and the next time won't look too pretty for him. He'll try to come in and they think this and that. They say that I fought a half Lomachenko, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I could mention my injuries going into that fight, but you know what? I'm not because at the end of the day, fighter, everybody knows this, and if you're a real true fighter, you know this. You never go into a fight 100%. It's always about 90. 90% is probably the highest ratio that you probably go into a fight feeling in your body. There's always something that happened or before that you're injured about. They could have easily pulled out or extended the fight. So it's excuses, man, that they already had lined up in case he did lose, because they knew, he was scared. And my whole thing is this, man. Whatever I'm trying to trend out and send out is that you got to put in the work first. These guys want to make the money first, and they focus on the money, but the money's always going to run faster than you. You got to put in the work first. Chase the belts, chase the glory. You know, Ryan Garcia lost my respect when he said that the belts don't matter, and that's why now, not to bash on him or say anything in that way, but now that's why you're dealing with the stuff that you're dealing with right now. We all go through it, but don't disrespect the boxing gods. Don't disrespect boxing. Don't disrespect the sport that gave you this platform into why you have 8 point whatever million followers that you have. Don't disrespect it. Understand your roots. And when you don't, and you think that you're better, this is bigger than me. And I will always say that this sport will always be bigger than me, and why I carry it the way I do. I don't believe my own hype. And at the end of the day, man, God will humble you. And if he ain't humble Ryan Garcia, he's doing it right now as we speak. Because at the end of it all, man, that's how life is. When you think that you're better than anybody, or you think that you above the sport that you in that gave you all this, boxing saved my life, man. You know what I mean? It saved my life. It took me away from going into juvenile centers and all that. And that's factual, man. And I'm in a position now where people may not like my energy and they may not like this, but hey, it is what it is. I'm doing what I'm doing. Come at me when you're doing what I'm doing, or even not, better. That's why I surround myself with people that know, that have been through that life and have went through stuff. I listen to my elders and I take the knowledge that they bring for me. So I'm just trying to drop that for the young generation. This ain't about me anymore. This, it never was about me. It's about the new generation and setting a good image and a good route for them to that only a few will take, because everyone else is followers and we need more leaders nowadays. And we don't have that. Everybody's just stuck on social media. I could go more and more about this, but for what? Everybody fakes it till they make it. And then when they make it, they fake.
Teofimo, I appreciate all the knowledge. Give me the insight on your fight, the blueprint of how you got here, and it's been cool to see your rise since we last spoke in Las Vegas. So I appreciate the time as always, and looking forward to June 19th for the big fight on Triller Fight Club.
Change. Change is hard, but it's worth it every time. When you find change in yourself and you focus on yourself, the rest will fall in line. And you start becoming aligned with everything. You start getting aligned with the universe and with God, man. Hey, you start getting aligned, man. I'm aligned with all that, man. So at the end of the day, I walk with faith, not by sight. I stay true to myself always. And I'm very thankful to be in this position that I'm in today. So for everybody, man, we all blessed today, because whoever's watching this right now, you're blessed. You're blessed more than anything. God doesn't make mistakes. You know what I mean? He does not make mistakes. If you're there today, it's for a reason. I mean, you have a purpose. Just go out there and find it. We all are talented. We all have a God gifted talent in us. We just got to go out there and find it. Some just don't, because of their first failure. They stop at their first failure. But when you got to keep going after your first failure, that's the thing. When you got to fail, I failed many times, many times. Some days I fail. I have my bad days, but I don't even consider them bad days. I consider them character building days. That's what it is, man. So you just gotta have that different mentality. Keep yourself positive. Take care of your body first, though, because when you see your body and how it looks, then you tell yourself positive thoughts. And when those positive thoughts come in through your mind, then more things come in, and they all follow. Just stay true to yourself, man. Speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil. Cheers.
There you go, Teofimo. Well said. I appreciate the time, man.
You got it, man. Take care.